Hi, I'm Barry John, and welcome back to Homeworld, Deserts of Kharak. This is my guest, and I'll let him introduce himself.
Hello, this is Delta Green. I'm another member of the forum and a longtime Homeworld player.
And thank you for helping me talk here, Delta. And to maintain my tradition, here's the ugly colors.
Yeah, green and blue. Well, it could be worst. Why do I get the feeling it's going to be worst?
Well, today's mission is going to be a straight up, kill the other dude type mission. It's using one of the two-player sized maps, and loading screen, loading screen, loading screen.
Yeah, the loading in this game can be rough. I've seen rougher, and it's really the most basic map they've got in the selection. There's quite a few more, but this one's pretty nice. Nice spread of resources, but
go for carrier.
And
Systems ready. Construction unit.
we get the first units.
Prep for
resource.
Carrier copies.
Just have to start resourcing before I can start researching, before I can start building more stuff.
You're moving. Seal hatches.
Yeah, you're going. Yeah, that is something everybody does a lot, I think. No clicking the carrier at the same time. Gets a bit. But I think it's interesting actually that they give us a base runner at the start.
The base runner is handed out because this actually was a patch about a month or so after the game was released, where all multiplayer matches started with a base runner now to encourage early game exploration as well as artifact claiming for the artifact collection game type, because they found otherwise it was just slowing things down where people had to build their own base runners.
Research completed.
Well, that explains why I hadn't seen it before. I've only played the skirmish after the first month. Took my time through the campaign to enjoy it.
Carrier copies.
Fair enough. And just setting in a better rally point.
Rally point. Secure location.
Stop moving, damn it, Capizzi, or whatever version of the carrier you are.
It's the 5, so it's got to be the Capizzi.
Well, technically the Sakala has a 5 on her side as well, but that's just because they're reusing the same model with a different color scheme.
Maybe, or it's... I think the carrier we found in the campaign was number 3, so perhaps there were, overall 3 expeditions before, and this is the 5th one.
No, there was only 2 expeditions.
Strike craft.
That's what they say, but... Or maybe it's just by carrier group.
Hostile.
True. I mean, it could be Expedition Group 5.
Strike craft ready. We're moving up.
Get close, start healing. I'm going to say one thing about the Coalition is that their ability to heal units like this is so much better.
I haven't played much Galcine, but their ability to heal is mostly up to the units themselves and comes with the upgrades, as far as I recall.
Yep, they research self-healing. They don't get this automatic healing from stuff like the support cruiser or the carrier. But just building plenty of LAVs, because on this particular run I was pondering the LAV rush, but it didn't quite work out as I was planning.
Well, I imagine it doesn't, because the LAVs, even when you upgrade them, they just don't have quite the punch to be a main fighting force. You can do pretty good, but against more armored types...
Light attack vehicle online.
Yeah. I mean, it's like trying to win a game of classic Homeworld with just interceptors.
Light attack vehicle enhancements online. Construction resources exhausted.
Strike confirmed.
Fleet Group 1 assigned.
Carrier copies.
one thing I
Light attack
do
vehicle
think,
service.
well, maybe it's different with the bigger
Research
maps,
completed.
but in this case, it's quite obvious.
Run a dive.
You're not encouraged to move a lot at the start with the big piles of CUs and RUs.
No.
Light attack vehicle in
And
service.
I think that's a bit of a miss in this case, in this map, because
Light attack vehicle online.
I mean, they set up the logistics modules, so you're encouraged to, claim territories, and you have to defend them if you want to keep your capacity. At the same time, there's always the idea that you should be moving, you should be
Facilities upgraded.
changing
You know,
spots and
claiming the
everything.
territory.
Yeah.
Well, actually, logistics notes, because that's something that didn't come up in the main game. I launched a couple earlier, and you can see them at the bottom of the screen. But the coalition has to deploy a separate little pseudo turret in order to increase the fleet capacity. And you just basically gotta hold on to, as long as those turrets exist, your fleet capacity goes up.
And that's the thing, so long as they exist, because I think, especially in bigger maps, that would be interesting to see, especially with the AI, if they prioritize actually protecting their logistics capacity, or if they just leave it behind as they move on from resource to resource.
Operational.
Push up to that point. There's a safety issue. Cruiser ready. System that needs to be changed to ASAP. Destination set. Move assessment.
But now just my support cruiser is trundling along to support my LAVs.
Need any talk-throughs, just let us know. Engineering out.
Light attack vehicle enhancements online.
And researching upgrades. Not that the LAVs are ever going to win this match for me.
Activate ready for assignment.
No, I
Enemy
imagine
light
not.
attack vehicle marked on approach.
I do find interesting, too, the way the tech tree works in this case, and what it does show a bit about
Weapon
each
systems
faction.
online.
I mean, you see that some of the first few things that are unlocked once you unlock the LAVs are the fighters, the railguns, and
Tracking armored craft on approach.
the AAVs.
New sector designated.
And one thing I have noticed,
Ready.
with the Coalition AI at least, is that they quickly go for fighters.
Receiving. Cruiser ready.
Yeah. And we're going to be seeing that a bit in the next video as well.
It's not something you do see with the Galcine. I haven't paid much attention to the Earth Tech trees, but I don't think they get fighters as early as the
Light attack
Coalition.
vehicle enhancements online.
No, they don't.
Alert. Support traffic's been engaged.
And, well, it looks like the AI is trying to throw a little LAV rush, but didn't quite work out as well.
No, it's just too little, I think. Although I do commend the AI's ability to do a feint, even
Ready for command.
as it didn't work.
Strike craft destroyed.
If they had focused on your scavengers, it might have done
Unidentified
something.
craft
but-
on approach. Mark the bearing.
Well, looks like here's a... Okay, enemy AI, why are you sending 2 units at a time against me? Because,
Strike craft.
honestly, the Capizzi can handle that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think they have a little bit of a problem with that.
Area with the turret. Go for carrier.
Weapon systems offline.
And researching some extra
Be
heat.
advised. Carrier repair systems online.
More
Weapon
power.
systems online. Weapon range systems
Yeah,
currently
well,
active.
more power, more
Armor
heat.
systems active.
Hostile
Basically,
light
it boils
attack
down
vehicle
to,
detected.
you know,
Hostile uncensored.
turn
On
the
location,
carrier into the
What do you want
boat.
first?
Reading. Support cruiser under attack.
Yeah.
Immediate
It always
fire.
depends on what you want first.
Keep an eye on the terrain level. Recording. Hostile
Even without power, the Capizzi, or any carrier really, is still a fairly hefty
Roger.
beast, as we've noted during the campaign, but it's still true even in multiplayer, which isn't something we often add, actually, apart from Cataclysm.
Location marked.
Kunlun rocks! I seriously, every time the Capizzi does something, though, the fact that it's like the Kunlun just gets more and more blatant.
Reading you.
Oh, yeah.
We're moving out.
I
Spool
mean,
up.
I think that actually one thing, maybe I just didn't play long enough for it to unlock, but I don't think you get the cruise missiles in the multiplayer.
No,
That's
you
a
don't.
bit of a sad. That's really sad too. Come on,
Well,
guys.
that's because it's a super weapon. It can wipe out, for 500 RUs, it can wipe out an entire opposing force, and yep, that's a dead
And you
program.
can't exactly play ping pong with a cruise missile as you could with the plasma cannon shots.
No.
Strike craft,
Did
carrier.
they update the turrets since launch? Because that's a fair bit more firepower than I recall them having.
Yes, turrets were buffed in multiplayer in order to act as base defense. It's as you said earlier, like, the game wants you to keep moving, but it encourages you to camp as well.
Well, at least camp around, your logistics nodes and the resources, so long as you need them.
Hostile light attack vehicle.
Which is an interesting mechanic, but
Trackers assigned.
it doesn't come up
Taking hostile fire.
quickly enough for it to really make a change, I think.
Yeah,
Way
what
you
I would
play.
have liked was,
Taking fire.
from the original design for Homeworld 2, was the idea that your turrets were actually mobile ships that parked somewhere, turn into turrets. Like, say,
Yeah,
the siege tank from StarCraft,
Carrier copies.
or something like that, where, you could move your defensive structures around based on how the mission developed.
Yeah, I do recall. Well, I recall always setting them up someplace and then realizing that would have been useful 2 minutes ago. Thank you, turret.
On approach.
But no. That was in Homeworld 2. They weren't quite as good
Tracking target.
as we
No.
wished
Ready
they
for
were.
command. Clear to engage. Fire when ready. Light attack vehicle.
I think that's a problem too with the AI here. What we just saw, they send their forces really, piecemeal all over the place. They don't really keep a reserve. They don't mass them for a big push. They just send them out as harassing forces, and
Make ready.
bit of a waste. Maybe in RDI it's different.
We have
But
insufficient CUs.
that's all I've seen in normal.
Well, I've compared the Coalition playstyle to the GDI, and
Seal hatch.
it keeps
Light
being
attack
true.
vehicle in service.
Responding.
You're basically building up your forces and moving as a murder ball.
Light attack vehicle online.
Hostile designated. Mark
That's-
bearing. Enemy light attack vehicle.
I don't
marked
think,
on approach.
as far as I recall, the DAI does any different as Galcine
Cruiser ready.
or as the Coalition. It's always those little groups of
Destroyed.
Group one
LAVs.
designated.
When they get up on the research tree, they send the AAVs, they send railguns and everything, but it's always small amounts of forces. And
We're cleared to move.
whereas
Go.
the player will have a tendency to mass their forces, and at that point,
Carrier copies.
the AI
Yeah, at
can't
that
do
point.
really much against that.
No. But hey,
We got something on the horizon.
let's
Waiting
build a
for
fighter,
eyes on to
just for
attend.
heck. And what the hell?
Ready.
That's a bomber.
Tracking hostile.
That's a salvager.
Yeah, that's a salvager, but you were saying you were building fighters.
Oh,
I don't know exactly why the AI would do that. I mean, it's way too early in the match for them to have actually exhausted their resources up north. So,
yeah.
Bomber ready for sortie.
difference with
And,
the Galcine AI?
Yeah, like the Galcine, they blew the wreck there, and they're, like,
Cruiser ready.
they had one salvager headed there when they've got 3 of their own up there still.
Yeah.
Strike craft taking effective fire.
And there's another bunch of guys feeding experience to my LAVs.
Hostile strike craft down. Moving out.
Oh, goddamn lack of formation move.
Yeah,
Why
that's
must
always a
LAVs
problem.
outrun?
Position mark. Take
Yeah,
us out.
why must LAVs always outrun there? No, stop moving, Capizzi.
It just
Why
wants
must
to
LAV?
Fleet Group 1
fly
assigned.
all over the place. You can't keep it contained.
Bearing designated.
Yeah.
Longs to take a flying dive off those rocks.
Confirmed. Hostile light attack
I can believe it. I can believe
Enemy
it.
contacts on the board.
It's the crazy
And-
pilot from the lander. He's still there.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like this particular carrier's not being too bad at its job.
Enemy armor.
Yeah, that's a fair amount of firepower, and more than I think we see out of the Capisi most of the time. That kind of
Yeah.
shows where the AI prioritizes the power allocation, I think. I mean, the range is definitely longer than the Capisi as you have it set up, and
Enemy production.
I'm not sure they have a lot in armor, though, right now.
Alert. LAV down.
No.
Our bomber is under enemy fire.
Wow, I lost half my LAVs on that.
Ready.
Quite quickly, yeah. But you can see, you could see actually a little of the AI prioritization. So it left the carrier to protect the main resourcing there, and the one further northwest, there were some sand skimmers and I'm not sure, maybe a production cruiser as well.
Copy.
Yeah,
On the
there.
way. Be
Well,
advised,
we
hostile
start out with a
carrier
support.
detected.
We didn't start out with a support cruiser. What am I talking about?
Support vehicle authenticated.
Oh, yeah.
Reporting. Going home.
Okay, that
Alert,
was just a
light attack
dumb
vehicle
run of mine.
destroyed.
What was I doing?
Well, you were trying to see
Grid update.
just how much it hurt, how quickly it did. And
Also,
probably
then
also
again, these-
realizing that lavs just weren't cutting it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Send message. Hostile craft in AO. Let's maneuver for visual confirmation. Live feed.
To admit at this point, I'm wondering why you aren't moving to AAVs, but as you explained it, you were trying to look at
Taking fire. System is ready.
at the lav rush, and
Proceed to site.
I'm not
It
sure it
didn't
can
work.
really work out.
Proceed to new coordinates.
No. Although, as we'll see in the next video, the lab rush can actually work a bit better in artifact collection.
No contact
By slowing down production and everything, yeah, that seems to be the
for dust trails.
best use for it. But
Depleted.
Move.
a simple deathmatch, I don't think it can do much.
No, simple deathmatch. Just
Salvage your
buy a
rest.
few
Go for
LAVs at
carrier.
the start to fight off the enemy sand skimmers, but after
Report
that, no. And these guys are going after the wreck, and the Capisi's moving to the other one.
Runner copies.
One thing I do find a bit
Secure vehicle for move.
disappointing, though, is you don't get any artifacts in the normal deathmatch. It could have added an interesting element of randomness.
Cruiser ready. Destination set. Move us out.
But it
Yeah,
would have
but
been
then again, I've
unbalanced.
also got the... Yeah, like somebody getting plus 20% armor on their LAVs versus somebody who's like, your LAVs now cost one less crew unit.
We've detected something. Can you confirm visual? A turret is under fire. Reading you, command. Strike craft.
And here we can see the coalition has spaced off their turrets of autocannons from Battletech.
Set charges.
Yeah, I can.
Right
Yeah,
there.
that's definitely an option. Will they be AC-10s or AC-5s though?
At the fire rate, probably AC-5s.
Rally point set.
Yeah.
To location.
And their best use is against lighter craft anyway, so it's not like they have to punch through a lot of armor.
Send orders.
But let's start harvesting the last of
Go
our
for carrier.
resources on this
Go
side.
Clear out.
You can actually reach fairly high on the tech tree with just what you've got in the first two wrecks, if you manage your resources.
And not throw them all away on LAVs.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but
Enemy light
Yes,
attack
you.
vehicle
Everybody
marked on
was
approach.
thinking that, even the audience at home.
Hostile armor incoming. Strike copies. Strike craft taking effective fire.
Oh, hey, this one looks like it was almost a competent fight.
and there, unfortunately, it's wrecked. by the lack of formations.
Support crews are under attack. Immediate fire support on that position.
Yeah. If the assault skimmers had arrived at the same times,
Salvager has been
then they could have
Yeah, they
done
might
more
have been able to
damage.
do more damage.
One of our turrets is taking fire.
Once again, it's too little. A bigger force would have done better.
Hostile armor eliminated. Attention.
We lack sufficient RUs.
Well, time to build the hammer.
And what a hammer it will be. I've noticed that you're not really a fan of the Bell Cruiser, though.
No, it comes too late,
Railgun
basically, in my view.
In the campaign and in multiplayer, unfortunately. Costs too much, and
Unidentified contact.
It-
Designated hostile.
It doesn't help any that the assault cruiser is basically a reskinned Gaussian unit.
yeah, you can see where they ran out a bit of ideas.
Craft destroyed.
For the coalition, I mean. For the Gaussian, each cruiser has its place and use. The fact
Be
that
advised, an RU site has been
it
exhausted.
would have been
These guys
too
have-
lazy.
Long-range scanners are tracking.
It would have been too lazy to just do another production cruiser.
Railgun online.
Ready.
This is one downside to the way the game is set up, though. You can only have so many salvagers working on a resource spot at any given time. I mean, I can see why. It's certainly a nice
Runner here.
multiplayer balance issue,
Location.
but part of me keeps wondering, like, where's the rest of the... Why can't I just, apply so many extra salvagers, resourcers?
Sentry's post is under fire.
It does focus, focus.
Hostile
It does
craft down.
make sure you have a certain geometric, mathematic limit to how much resource a single player can intake, so maybe they were aiming for that.
Fleet logistics module out.
I mean, as I said,
Keeping
it
it
works
fair.
better as a multiplayer balance issue. Simply because, hey,
Crews are ready.
you don't want somebody to run away with the game because they outproduce the enemy. And considering Hardware Shipbreakers was originally designed as a multiplayer game first.
We've got hostile on sensor. Confirm visual.
Okay, I gotta admit, just watching the Capizzi go over those dunes is kind of funny.
The railgun is taking effective fire.
Kind of fun, but it's also well made when it's not fucking up. I mean, the tread move with the contour of the sand dune, and I do admire the level of detail they put into this. When
The game is beautiful. Like, all the little details that show up, just wonderful.
Cruiser reading. We're cleared to move. Let's go. Ready.
And then you get things like the Capizzi jumping 2 kilometers into the air.
Online.
Control group 1 designated.
yeah, there's that.
Board is green.
But really, what game isn't complete without its graphical bugs and physics screw-ups?
Sufficient CUs.
True.
Armored assault modification.
I've never actually managed to make the Capizzi fly off like that.
The fact that it happened twice on camera for me, just beautiful little thing.
Well, it's recorded in the annals
Vehicle
now.
Online.
The sensors post is taking fire.
Oh, jeez.
The turret is under fire.
Oh yeah, drifting.
Multi-dune drifting.
Alright. Just like we rehearsed. Take her apart. Confirmed. And do its job. Reading you, Command.
Fleet
Alright,
group 1
this
assigned.
looks good enough.
Carrier here.
13 railguns? Yeah, sure. I mean, that's not overkill.
Well,
Cruiser
2
ready.
support cruisers, 13 railguns, 10 LAVs to act as a distraction.
Hostile light attack vehicle detected. Hostile on sensors. Authentication pending.
You've got to wonder, too, what the crews are thinking right at this moment. I mean, the LAVs are probably going, we're all gonna die, aren't we, huh?
Hostile strike craft down.
I mean, the commander isn't even pretending to care about us.
destroyed. Support ready. Alert. Turret post destroyed. It's confirmed. The sensors post is under fire.
Just debating saving these logistic node, or if it'd be worth it just to, build new ones.
Well,
But I
at
also
the
know
point
some-
you're at,
Going
at
mobile.
the point you're
Yeah,
at,
but
you
I'm also
can
pointing out-
produce them fairly fast.
And I've got plenty of spare logistics capacity at the moment.
Reporting. Deploy a turret on that location. Proximity warning and
Yeah, last time I played against Coalition AI, at this point, you'd be seeing fighters hammering into your pretty much everything you could reach. So there's definitely
Yeah,
a
it would-
difference.
Alert. Support craft has been engaged.
Pardon?
Come on.
Cruiser ready. Copy. Coordinates set. One of our turrets is taking fire. Get us back. Attention.
Let's just sneak through this pass here. Do I want to research anything? Yeah, might as well just research anti-air just in case.
Moving out.
One thing I've noticed though with this game though is that
Proceed to new coordinates.
dead wrecks, like even the larger ones, don't leave resource units behind when they die like they did in Homeworld 2.
Yeah, that's a bit...
Hostile strike craft down.
I don't know if it's an oversight or just a design decision.
Enemy salvager destroyed.
Probably a design decision to, not add further rewards to
Copy.
winning a
We're on the
fight.
way.
And
can-
those are a lot of salvagers.
Just sitting there.
Yeah.
Little sand skimmer that...
Grid
Put it.
updated. Ramp up fire intensity. Keep up the pressure. Unload now. Green light
Yeah,
to
just
proceed.
sneaking.
Move.
Sneaking.
At least we know that they do move their command ship.
Outfitted with anti-air defensive systems.
Go for carrier. Strike craft destroyed.
And here I am just prepping for the...
Take us
Wait,
out.
no, Capizzi, stop moving.
You can't tell him what to do. He's a crazy pilot.
Yeah, it must be Roach.
Well, look at how he's piloting it right now. That is...
Ready for command.
I'm pretty sure that poor Roman's just like, no, Roach, stop! You're gonna throw the treads! And Roach's like, yeah, it'll be fine!
Attack vehicle detected. Hostile detected. Visual unconfirmed. Tracking armored craft on approach. Red alert. Command carrier taking fire. We've got a
And here we see the Coalition fully assuming its role as the GDI XP. At least we did.
Taking effective fire.
Oh,
Yeah.
some position at long last. But they're not moving.
They're AAVs against railguns. It's
They
one-sided.
close the distance.
Alert. LAV down.
Maybe.
And the LAVs are, we can do this! Charge!
Control Group 1 designated.
On both sides, really.
Cruisers are under attack. Immediate fire.
In this case, because you don't have AAVs, they can run roughshod. If they weren't attacking the support cruiser with a lot more elfin armor than the railguns.
And the ability to shoot
Bring us
back.
around.
The railguns can actually hit sand skimmers
Confirmed.
once
Yeah,
in a
they
blue
do.
moon.
Assault cruisers now available for
But
production.
now it's just a case of railguns versus enemy carrier, and holy crap, watch the health go down.
Alert. Support cruiser.
Oh yeah, that is always something that both terrified me when it happened to me during the campaign. Those fucking heavy railguns. And and also a sight for
Battle report.
joy when it happened to the other guy.
Damaged. Mission success. All ships reform on command.
I'm
Alright, so
surprised they
I
didn't
win.
finish.
But nice thing about this game, it lets you review the map after you're done. So you can see what remains. And, you know, get this nice shot of the bomber in flight.
I think the physics engine kind of bugged out when the match ended.
Well, hey, there.
Oh, yeah, it did.
Well, not that bad. I mean, you can understand if the model for the railgun pushes it off the ground a little bit. You only really see it when it's this point.
Well, I don't know.
But I do like.
Oh no, go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, well, we're almost done for this video, so thank you, Delta, and any last words about the Coalition?
Well, I'd say that they're a good standard faction, and but that's what they are, just a standard faction. The interesting thing is seeing how the Galcians work, and that's gonna be the next video, I think.